Last year, the mood was gloomier. I still remember last year, Sister Jessie Yeo from the Port Workers Union telling me that there was one working day when 2 out of 3 shifts, there was no ships at all at Tanjong Pagar terminal. And all the giraffes, the key cranes, their necks were up almost the whole day. So this year when I met Jessie and Brother Arasu, I asked them how things were doing in the port. And Jessie said, well, things are looking a lot brighter, port's handling more volume, and she expects things to be busy for the rest of this year. I said, but when I drive past Tanjong Pagar terminals, it looks like this. All the cranes are up. She says, yes, that's true, but don't worry, it's because we are moving from Tanjong Pagar terminal, consolidating and shifting to Pasir Panjang. Because Pasir Panjang has more capacity, is more efficient, is high-tech, and they can do more things in Pasir Panjang. For example, they are testing AGVs, automated guided vehicles, which move around in the container yard by themselves. You can see there's no driver's cabin, no driver, and collect containers. So they get into place, the crane picks up the container from the ship, lowers it carefully onto the AGV, and off it goes. And again, faster and faster and faster. Not quite so fast yet, but one day we will get there. Most importantly for the workers, when they shifted to Pasir Panjang, all jobs were kept. No jobs were lost. Workers were retrained. Quite a few of them had to take on new roles in Pasir Panjang. But they trained, they took on the new roles, they did it. So I asked, how are the workers feeling? And she said, last year the workers were worried there was nothing to do. This year workers worried too much to do. But what about beyond this year? And they said, realistically, you're not quite certain because there's competition. There's Tanjong Pelapas, there's Port Klang, Malacca is building a new port. And you also have to worry about competition from further away, like Yangshan in Shanghai. And the other ports are also automating. So PSA and their workers have to continue to raise their productivity. But they have a plan. And the long-term plan is to build a mega port in Tuas and consolidate everything in Tuas starting 2021, which is just 4 years from now. Tuas will be even more advanced, even more efficient, even more competitive. But moving there is going to be a complicated business. The workers will have to adjust. So Jessie and Arasu asked me, can the government help us? For example, build the MRT line, get there faster. I said, I will try my best, but we will make sure we solve the problems and make sure that Tuas Port is a success, because that is critical not just for PSA, but for Singapore. But I think the PSA workers and unions and management have the right attitude. Never take things for granted. Be alive to the competition, prepare well in advance, and stay ahead. They've been through many ups and downs together, the management and the unions and PSA, over the decades. And because they have stayed together, we still keep our position as the top maritime capital in the world. We are there, we stay there, but we know that we are not automatically floating down there. You have to work hard to be there. There are always competitors looming. Somebody is always trying to steal your lunch. And we have to guard our lunch. And if there's any other lunch out there which nobody is chopping, I think there's an opportunity for us. So long as our unions and our management maintain this drive and work closely with one another and with the government, Singapore can stay in the game.